Oh, bullshit. Bull
Oh, that was a good knife throw, buddy.
Alright guys, so this video style is going to be a little bit different. I'm going to be breaking down various squad wipes and platoon wipes that I did. I have one while running duos and the rest of them will be solos. So, alright, to kind of get right into it, there's an ATV here rolling up. It's still early game, so I know that it's not a platoon yet. So it has to be squad, otherwise 3 people. So I get audio cues that one just took the zip up. And then one, I'll see right there on the side. So that accounts for 2 of the players who I'm trying to fight. So I'm still wanting more information on where their third is. Kind of just slowly walking around, seeing where he is. And then I got audio cues that he's directly to my right. A few bad shots there at the end. Managed to finish it off with my secondary. Smoke out in case anybody tries to catch me from the back on the stairwell. Take the vest and plate back up. Smoke out again to kind of break any aim assist that you might have. And line of sight while I reload. And I'll play it back in slow-mo right here. And you can see that he has a one-shot. And I do say this later in game that I noticed he has a one-shot too. And you can see by that very long barrel that he does indeed have a one-shot. So, back to normal pace. He ran back up the stairs. I realized I don't have plates, so I smoke out to buy, sell the valuables I have. Spam the plates, and I've heard their third land on top of the roof, so he's now consolidated with the second guy that I have to get. Grab the easy boy rounds, large bag, load up a little. Now, right here is something I'd like to go over. Stairwells and one-shot shotties are a terrible combination on the receiving end, right? So, entering the stairwell is a very dangerous idea. I could have, I'm going to zoom in on the mini-map here during editing. I could have gone all the way around. I could have got from the front part of the entrance that's closer towards high rise. I could have gone around from this back door right here towards this other building, or, you know, to high rise to the roof here, because I know the roof has windows which I can break into for a quicker rotation, I should say. But I didn't do that. Instead, I decided to be a little bit more impatient and kind of ego childish, which is a foolish idea if he was just sitting, for example, right up here, you know. So be careful doing that. This was not the smartest move, but luckily he wasn't there, so I was good. We get audio cues, turn, get a visual cue of him on the stairwell, managed to break him. Hopefully he goes back upstairs. Again, based off earlier audio cues, I know that there's 2 consolidated in this stairwell. Map knowledge is important there, because the only issue with this, when I go back down, is the angle I decide to peek at them from is a one-way entrance. So, right here, this room, the only exit to this room is this doorway right here. The only exit to this doorway from this adjacent room is this doorway right here. So, when I chowed these guys, I chowed them from this left wall, right? I was shouldering this left wall. It's a dangerous thing to do, because now if they start shooting, I get lit up and I have to break off the fight. For example, if they're both peeking me at the same time, both have their guns trained on me. The dangerous thing to do is to run back into this room, because now I'm in a complete dead end. Smart thing to do would have been to reposition here, more likely, but I didn't do that. But at the end of the day, it didn't matter. But, you know, positioning is very important. Centering is really important. You know, last known was on the stairwell, so I centered down the stairwell. Easy knife. Use blue plate.
Oh, bullshit.
Lost. Easy kills, right? It's as simple as that. So, alright, on to the next squad wipe. So, one thing I do here, just to kind of gauge how many people, because I was trying to count, I couldn't fully see them out from this far. Got 1, we got 2. The second live ping kind of disappeared here. Alright, right down here. You can see that there's two people. I see a large bag on him. I see a large bag on him. Third, I don't remember whether or not he had a large bag. I'm going to assume they're kitted. Now, one of the most dangerous things to do, and you can notice here, is that I have a 2-plate. If they're kitted, they'll likely have 3 plates, right? So, a lot of people play very aggressively when they do not have the gear for it. So just try to keep that in mind. AP rounds came in clutch. Now, in regards to playing aggressive, right there, I noticed that one had a 1-shot, and the second 1-shot noise came from the one that was already coming up, or the second one that was coming up the stairwell after the first one was already downed. So now, keeping that information in mind, right, I have to play range. So the first thing you'll see me do is climb to this ledge. A lot of people, when they kind of camp up here and wait for the opposing team to push, they like to sit right here or directly in front, not on top of the ledge, right? They'll go prone in one of these 2 areas or whatever other random area. And the issue with this is if they have a 1-shot and they manage to close this distance, right? You're now in a very weird situation, okay? If they manage to close this distance with smokes, with stuns, whatever the case might be, you know, now you're stuck and you're trying to turn so you can mantle onto the ledge behind you, and the time it would take you to do that, you're likely already down and already dead. When playing solo, decisions like these are very important, right? Now, the benefit of standing on this ledge here is that if you start getting lit up and you have to back up, you get stunned, you know, they smoke out and you're not able to live ping them or anything like that. Knowing that they have a 1-shot, all you have to do is step back off the ledge and you can reset the fight, you know?
Yep, I'm going on.
See, I'm just holding this angle right here. Get audio cues, so one's climbing the ladder.
Ooh, he's on me.
Him. See the other. Knock him. Go for the fin on the last one. Tell them no, because I don't mess with dudes that use 1-shots.
Yes! Oh, man.
Now, later on in this is the same game as the previous squad wipe you just saw, right? You have to be careful when pushing teams and not assume that they're just 3 people. Normally, always try to play for 4, especially if they play super aggressively. And most of the time nowadays, it's always going to be a platoon because people aren't confident with just 3. So you can see me here. I'm using the heli as cover.
Coming out my mouth. Takes 4 of you fucking pussies.
Get comms, realize that there's 4 of them.
Yeah, real problem.
yeah.
Based off the enemy comms.
I wish you could get out that fucking heli so I can kill him.
Guy's a yapper. And now you can see I was using the heli as cover while trying to gain info. And I have 1, 2, and 3. Still unknown where the 4th is at the moment based off the comms, but... Alright, I ditched the heli. Replate. Get a crack, get it down. Can't seem to get the fin for wall banging. Now this is dangerous, right? I don't know if you can see him very clearly, but there's one here and there's one there. I'm pretty sure this guy will start shooting at me very soon. But making jumps like this, trying to fly over, if they hit their shots, you know, that's a dangerous time for you. So you just need to gauge whether or not they're good enough to hit those shots. I had 3 of them shooting at me and didn't seem to get really too low on health, you know? So I kind of gauged it in that time and said, you know what, I don't think they'll hit those. And I decided to move up to the roof. You see, barely even broke 1 plate from me.
How are you guys gonna hang out around this dead body?
Are y'all gonna get up on the real fucking roof?
Are you gonna get on that real fucking roof?
Copy that. UAV is on station.
You guys should go through my bag again.
So first one down, pop the UAV, didn't see anybody on radar. Now later on in this game, I get rolled up by the other team. If you can see on radar, there's 2 more people there, maybe a 3rd, can't quite tell. But they roll up on me later after I go and res this dude, and I get caught by surprise. It happens, oh well. But as for this platoon right here, I do end up wiping them. So here's all this. I got audio cues from the ladder. So there's one on the ladder, one right here, right? Now this is the important thing about isolating your fights. He's at a very weird angle, right? So I can kind of almost shoulder this ledge, but from a vertical kind of stance, you know? So he can't really hit me. And if he does, all he's going to be doing is hitting my feet or my legs, which, you know, the way the damage multiplier is based, it's not going to do as much damage as opposed to shooting like upper torso in the head.
Something else out there.
I get the knock. Just notice I don't immediately go for the finish. I break line of sight from the other player that's down there on the ground.
Ouch.
Replate one more in case the other one is at a further angle where he can shoot me. I can see that he's clearly not sure where exactly he is, but this gives me the opportunity to go for the finish. Get that last plate in.
Uh-oh. Don't get too far away from this body.
See, I have the cluster mine in my bag.
Right on my body, dude. Get it.
Equip it. Place cluster mine down in case anybody else decides to climb that ladder. And now I can try to isolate this fight.
UAV is exiting the AO.
Easy knock.
Oh my god.
Easy fin.
Oh my god. Get back
Now
to the
there's only
kitchen,
one
lady.
left. That's not very nice of him. Be nice to the women, please.
It's showing up.
Now, map knowledge is important. Obviously, Zaya is full of bots. I try not to fight in places with too many bots, but I have a general layout of this area while I was trying to grind long distance or the long range camos for MW2 during ground war. So, get audio cues that she's in the building right below me, right down here. So all this is centering, and you can see she shows up over there to the right. Now, when I dropped down, I could have stayed in that little spot that I fell into, but you see I mantle onto this ledge right here. I could have stayed in the back, head glitched her, got her that way, or I could have moved behind cover, which is what I do here to the left, to shoulder this in case, you know, I start losing the fight, and then...
Fucking one play bullshit.
Alright, on to the next fight. So, I hear there's shots by Police Academy. Kind of checking to see this is still a lot more early game. See if there are any teams below me. Didn't see any. But I see the GMC. I see shots directly out in the open. Guess these guys are trying to glitch their way inside. Which is what this guy, you can see him on the minimap. It's what they're trying to do. So, can't have that. They have to die. Bad shots on me because this is one of the earlier games in the stream. I don't think I was fully warmed up yet. Or maybe it wasn't, you know, maybe I was nervous. Who knows? I just suck at the game too. So. Bad shots. Alright, now right here. I know there's one inside. I guess the other guy just opened the door for him. Smoke out.
That's where I ran to the door.
So the guy that I had seen there on the side by the danger ping, he's not able to shoot me in the back. Smoke out the side here again in case he does flank all the way around and tries to shoot me from there. But then you can see there's one clearly inside already, right?
There's a precision right here.
Once you got a knock,
God damn. Team.
don't push in immediately. Get some text. Not sure how I survived that. I use the smoke to my advantage to push further up. Reload. And I get the fin on that guy. I know there's still one more. Do a little bit of movement here. Good headshots. Guys. Get the 3-plate. Replate. Only have time to put 2 in because I hear one. Now, right here is centering, right? I heard him slide in, and then the footsteps were kind of absent, so I'm going to assume that he's crouch walking or he's standing in a corner, right? So that's why my crosshair and my centering is a little bit lower than it usually is. Still, got to worry about crosshair placement when it comes to some fights like this. It's not important as it is as in CSGO and Valorant and games like that, where it's essential because there a lot of the movement here in Call of Duty is sliding, diving, you know, being prone, whereas in CSGO, all there really is crouching, as opposed to, you know, there's not really jump peeking and anything like that, so it can be a little more forgiving here in this game. But see a center, really good centering right there. Managed to get a couple headshots and he dies almost immediately. Now, I do get audio cues that there's more around me.
Activity has increased in the area. Keep your eyes
And you can hear him running outside. One of the great things about this custom EQ, I can hear everything. Especially in buildings, I hear footsteps from far ways away, so call it cheating. I don't really care. If you have a PC, you can get it too. If you don't have one, save up and buy one. That's what I did. It's really not that hard. Shots.
Man, god damn!
As he was going down. Pop the UAV. Now, there's two, right? Now, and also, as opposed to the last clip of the squad or platoon wipe that I did, I hadn't paid attention to the minimap, right? And a new team rolled up on me after I wiped them and I picked up the other guy and I was looting. Now, right here, I pay attention and I noticed that they're also two way further out, right? So, the up arrow on them means they're elevated or slightly more elevated. So I'm going to assume they're either on top, on one of the higher levels on the buy or on hotel because that would just make the most sense, right?
Copy that.
So based on this, I'm going to pop out. I notice there's two. Get the break. I don't, and you see that I don't immediately chase because there's also one to the left, right? Play it a little slower. Now, paying attention to that mini-map again, right? I see there's one here to the side, but he's not full end. If he started chasing, peeking me, whatever, I'm assuming he's still plating right now. I see one going around the GMC, right? He's probably trying to flank me, but I decided I'm going to meet him there because, and if I'd seen both the red dots kind of stacked up on each other, I would have been a little bit more wary about doing this, but I see he's by himself, so he's isolated the fight for me. When you take these fights against squads and against platoons, it should never be a 1v3 or a 1v4, and max it should be a 1v2 or a 1v1 3 or 4 separate times. You know, that's, I think, the biggest secret to playing solo and to getting higher kill rates, you know, so. Easy kill right there. And now I know that the last one is inside, on my level, inside the building.
RTB at this time.
Get that last ping. I see he's further down. So I'm good to reload. Center. Easy kill. Alright, so now still remembering that I had those two dots on the UAV from earlier. I'm going to assume they're on top of a hotel. You see one dancing around up there. You see the second one peek as well. Now, cars are great because they provide cover. You can see here as I get to the buy, not a single bullet touches me as I get out. Now my plan here was to get to the roof and kind of beam one or two down as I got up here. One was already up, managed to break him. Other one managed to get over too. Couldn't really do much here. I had bad shots. Now right here, when I decided to peek him from behind this AC unit, I could have isolated this fight, going back to what I was saying earlier about isolating fights, right? I just made this a 2v1, right? If I had just peeked out just a little bit lesser, I could have isolated this cowboy sitting here on the side, so this guy wouldn't be able to get any line of sight to me. But I focused on the wrong person. He was in the middle of throwing a lethal, which means I should have started shooting at this guy first. That's kind of like a split-second decision in the moment. And, you know, sometimes you mess it up, sometimes you don't. Just, it is what it is. Now, whenever I peek two people at once, and they're both kind of trained on me already, the second you get broken on plates, you need to break off from that fight, right? If you get your plates broken, you're likely not going to win that gunfight, right? And a lot of people, they like to go ahead and, okay, let me reach out. Let me go and do this, you know. It's not worth it, right? Or ego chow. It's not worth it, okay? Just back off for now. You see I smoke, break line of sight, put in one plate. I was hoping to get two, but the animation kind of canceled. Re-smoke again. And replate and reposition, right? This is a bold and very stupid move. I decided to tweak out the gun because I felt like I was just missing shots because of that. Thankfully, it didn't drop out on me. Pretty bold move there, but let's see. Going from there, get more smoke. Smokes are my best friend. I try to smoke out the road here just to see if they'll peek. I don't see anybody peeking though. Don't get any audio cues that they're really moving around up there either. So now I decide, okay, let me try to bait them towards hotel. See him start peek over the side, shoots an underbarrel grenade launcher at me. Doesn't seem to hurt me at all. Alright, now right here, the only two ways up here, or three ways I should say, is by air. So from high rise or from a heli, from the ladder, or from that stairwell which is up front. Obviously I'm not going to take the ladder because by the time I got maybe halfway or 3/4 of the way, they could peek me and I'd be done, right? Not going to take the stairwell really either, because if they're already trained on me, they have the underbarrel launcher, they have whatever, I don't know if they still have AP rounds, you know, I might get cooked if I try to go up there. So I try to wait and see if one of them will kind of come downstairs and check the area out first. I don't see them do that at all. You can see I'm kind of just waiting. My crosshair placement could be a little bit higher up, assuming that they're gonna, you know, jump peek or just kind of walk through.
Hostile reinforcements incoming.
And they're not seeming to come up at all. Now, I heard them jumping around higher up, so they're either on the bridge or on the roof. It sounded like, and it sounds currently like they're on the roof above me, right? Alright, right here. So, there's a few ways to kind of take this roof, and this goes back to what I was saying in one of the earlier clips that I showed you, right? Smoking this out, and then there's a little back part which you can mantle and then kind of walk on the back behind the little stairwell. You can see I do this. There's one kind of waiting there already. I think in the moment I couldn't tell because the gun was kind of blocking, so I kind of shot first. Decided not to waste too much ammo on that. Got the fin.
Killing operators will mark you as a bounty target.
Reloaded. Decided to get a few more smokes too while I was at it. Heard a prox mine go down. Now the benefit, normally I have just one primary in my hand and fists in the secondary slot because I like my movement speed. If I get into situations like this where I need to quickly trip a prox mine and then use movement and get the fuck out of there, this is super helpful. Otherwise, you know, it's super helpful if I just need to get out of an open area as fast as possible without having to have my gun being thrown around side to side and having to worry about constantly refreshing tac sprint. So you can see I use the smoke, kind of break line of sight, trip the prox mines. Now, again, like I said, the most common places they're going to be is either right behind this area right here, in that corner back here, or right here. And you see what I mean? He's stuck here. I'm not sure what exactly he's looking at. You know, managed to get a knife and the down. When you're in situations like that, the best thing to do, if I started smoking that and he realizes, okay, I don't have aim assist, assuming he's playing on controller, or whatever the case might be, I don't have any plates, anything like that, all he had to do is stand back on the ledge and he could drop off, reset the fight. You know, obviously he's down there. He didn't really even get a chance to react. Later on this raid, I decided to do a hunt squad, and there's going to be a team triple stacking on top of one of the hotels in unnamed city by Saeed. And you can kind of get into it. You can see now I'm clearing buildings bit by bit, kind of try to figure out what's going on. You see me finally get up to this building right here. Alright. There's a helo docking at the gas station right there. These guys are taking snipes at it. And you can see up here, my oh my, there's 3 people all kind of chilling right there. Right? So I try to get one down. I managed to get one down. I don't immediately go for the finish because I don't really see his body. Now, the smart thing to do would have been to you see how I live pinged this guy. I should have live pinged the other guy first, gotten that down, and this wall I'm pretty sure is wall bangable. I should have tried to go for the fin on that wall, right? Through a wall bang when the live ping. I didn't do that. I decided to try to go for this instead. It's kind of stupid, you know, but I went and did it anyways. Semi-bad shots there, AP rounds on his end. It just melted me. Get back up, smoke to break line of sight, re-equip itself, and replay it and reset the fight. Alright, now right here, all three are triple stacking on the roof, so I need to try to isolate these fights somehow. This billboard is going to do the deal for me. You can see I'm able to isolate just one guy right here. The other two are probably on the other side on the roof still, but they're behind the billboard so they can't really see me. Get the first knock. Knife. Managed to get a second knock. Now I was trying to mantle onto this spot right here. Now, that building, right? The only ways up is either through the ladder, the stairwell, this little jump which I'm trying to do. So you'd be on top of the metal overhang of the stairwell. You'd mantle onto this billboard, jump onto the second billboard, and then parachute over to the other side. Now these guys, they're just kind of laying it in me, not letting me try that out at all. Bad shots. One guy ended up using his self-res, missed the knife. And you could see that they had a prox mine kind of on that wall already. Go back so you can see. You can see these guys just absolutely have this place locked down. They have a prox mine on the close end of the wall, right? Not the far end. So they can make sure that I don't even try to mantle over there. So, professional rats, I guess. It is what it is. Barely missed that thermite. Swung for my head right there. You see that one managed to get back up. Still has AP rounds, so I'm going to have to smoke out. And I realize I don't really have plates for a sustained fights like this, right? Gotta isolate another down here. Because I absolutely need a down before I push up. But some of these dudes are on white as I'm hitting them. I'm not sure if they're not replating. I'm not sure what the deal is exactly. I managed to get a down. Can't seem to quite get the fin there. There's some more smokes. And this guy still has AP rounds. So I just need to get out of here before I get in trouble, right? So now, I'm thinking that they're not plating. I'm hitting white on a couple of them. Maybe they don't have plates, right? I think in actuality it was just one that maybe didn't have plates. Or maybe they went and split plates up top. I just could be completely wrong. Who knows? So I decided to push him from the stairwell. Crosshair placement's a little bit low there. Should have kept it a bit higher up. Now it's finally getting back to where it should be. So I get it a little bit higher up. And I can still get audio cues that a bunch of them are still up. Now, right here, I'm going to go ahead and try to clear this corner. See if there's anybody in here. Or not this corner, but this doorway. Because I heard some weird audio with doors. Replate. Again, kind of shoulder that wall a little bit so I could equip the prox mine. Thought I heard somebody coming from below me. Didn't in actuality, and then I see this guy down here. Not sure what the hell he was doing.
Damn!
Tried to take his one shot, and I thought there was one down below, but obviously you see there's two. Managed to get the down, or managed to get breaks on both of them because this guy, I guess, didn't have AP rounds in. And I end up dying. Oh well, it is what it is. These guys just happen to stack everything. That's the game. Alright, this is going to be the last part of the video here. Kind of breaking down a duos run me and Connor had. I'm going to show you the importance of live ping and calming to your teammates. Alright. Connor's now knocked somebody, or not knocked, but broke somebody on this building right here. On one of the mini marts, the bigger mini mart, right? We also see in the corner here that there is a MRAP that has also decided to roll up on us. Now, we were fighting one separate team, and this platoon decided to roll up on us at the same time as well. So, that guy down here is cracked, so his regular health regen hasn't kicked in yet, I'm fairly certain, unless he had a med boost. You see him trying to beam the chopper, not really doing me much damage. Connor's already kind of low on health from the snipe that he took from this guy as well. MRAP is really dealing us in a lot of damage. You see I kind of just chucked the heli on the roof. I tried to parachute so I could land on top as well, but it did the weird stall animation, so I wasn't exactly able to. Doesn't matter, Connor managed to get the finish on him anyways. Now, the MRAP is right around the corner here. And the dumb thing I do is I decide to ego chow this with a sniper when there's a wall right next to me and I'm aware that MRAP has a grenade launcher, right? All this guy would have to do is hit this wall with the grenade launcher and I would likely be dead. So this was kind of foolish of me, but I guess it just didn't see me. I kind of waited it out a little bit, played back a little until that part of the MRAP was kind of gone already and they were focused on Connor. Managed to get the down on one.
Oh my goodness.
Also got the finish.
There's a sniper inside the window.
He starts calming me out, so immediately I reposition. I calm to Connor, don't let them take the ladder. He does not let them take the ladder, so they decide to take the stairwell instead.
Now he's going back up to the roof.
Decide to check, make sure. I know there's two underneath me for sure, based off the audio I was getting. Didn't know where the fourth was. He didn't seem to be rezzing. So now, right here is where I make a very crucial mistake, right? Connor's already down. He dropped in through the window, right? I see one down the hall. I did not calm to Connor that he was there. I did not live ping, so Connor didn't know he was there, right? I start shooting. Connor kind of sees him on his own, I guess. And that was Connor's opportunity to get that one guy in there, unless he decided to run back or whatever. And then I stopped peeking that angle. I should have kept re-peeking it, and reloading when I only barely wasted any bullets was kind of foolish. It's a bad habit of mine. Oh well. You see Connor gets downed. He live pings, which is good for me, and I see there's another one, right?
What's up, bitch?
I was hoping that he was maybe cracked a little bit. He wasn't, as you can see. Start shooting the second one. Don't manage to crack either of them. So again, like I was saying, I peeked them while there were two peeking me and wasn't able to get the break or knock on either of them. They broke me, however, so I immediately pulled away from that fight and went back up the stairs. Now, based off their comms and based off the audio cues behind me, I know that they are chasing me, right? So I only have time to put in one plate. I decided to smoke the roof to break any line of sight that they might have trying to come up. And as predicted, one runs up the stairs, get the crack and down on him. It did fall for that. I managed to get away, reload. I get audio cues now, the ones on the ladder. I don't have time to replay it, and I don't like my odds of taking this fight with only one plate in. That's why throwing knives come in handy.
Oh, that was a good knife throw, buddy.
And as all platoons, when there's only one left, the last one usually gets scared and likes to sit in the corner. Get both of my plates back in to kind of fully reset the fight. And as you can see, right down there, there's the last one sitting in the corner. I don't think he realized that you can shoot from above.
Oh, he's in a window! Don't do it! Don't do it!